Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is in her fourth term, representing the 21st District of New York, where she serves on the House Armed Services and Intelligence Committees and as chair of the House Republican Caucus. She is also a member of NED's Board of Directors. More recently, she added another title, that of Mom, to her list of honorifics. Congresswoman, we are delighted that you can be with us this evening to present the NED Democracy Award to Gonzalo Carrion and Wendy Flores from Nicaragua Nunca Más. Congresswoman.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Senator. And thank you to President Damon Wilson and everyone at the National Endowment for Democracy for your critical work supporting U.S. foreign policy by promoting and strengthening democracy around the world. And congratulations to all of the Democracy Award winners here today for your courageous work to advance human rights and democracy in your home countries. Your courage and the work you do each and every day is absolutely indispensable in the fight for human dignity, for freedom, and improving the lives of people around the world. And tonight, I'm truly honored to recognize from Nicaragua, Gonzalo Carrion, Wendy Flores, and their organization, Nicaragua Nunca Más, for their incredible work to preserve the historical and horrific memory of the victims of the 2018 crackdown at the hands of Daniel Ortega's security and paramilitary forces. As victims themselves of the Ortega Murillo regime's persecution, Gonzalo and Wendy and many of their colleagues have been forcibly exiled to Costa Rica since 2018. However, they have not wavered in their effort to document cases of torture, political persecution, and other human rights abuses perpetrated by the Ortega regime. In addition to exposing to the world the abusive and sadistic rule of Ortega and his wife Rosario, Nicaragua Nunca Más has provided critical support to other victims of torture and abuse. And unfortunately, dictators like Daniel Ortega have been allowed to continue their abuses for far too long. Even as we gather here tonight, Ortega continues his crackdown on political opponents and any popular dissent ahead of this year's November elections in Nicaragua, elections that the United States already views as illegitimate. Going forward, it is essential for the United States and our international partners to leverage our diplomatic influence and economic power to hold Ortega and his allies accountable for their history of abuse and consolidation into dictatorship. And we must continue the important work with NGOs like NED to recognize and support these courageous organizations such as Nicaragua Nunca Más as they expose the world to the abuses of authoritarian regimes while supporting countless of their fellow citizens who remain and fight every day under brutal repression. So congratulations to Gonzalo and Wendy and to all of your colleagues at Nicaragua Nunca Más. We are truly humbled by your courage and your work every day to stand up for your fellow citizens. I am honored to present you with the 2021 Democracy Award.
Buenas tardes o buenas noches a todas las personas que están acá presentes, que nos acompañan y a los que están escuchándonos. En nombre del colectivo, agradecemos este premio que nos ha otorgado la NED por la promoción de la democracia y los derechos humanos. Lo recibimos recordando a las más de 328 personas asesinadas en el contexto de las protestas de 2018, cuyos familiares siguen demandando justicia. Recordando a las más de 150 personas presas políticas que por meses y años sufren tortura y tratos crueles e inhumanos. Por ellos, demandamos su inmediata libertad. A los periodistas, a las periodistas que continúan resistiendo e innovando para derribar la censura impuesta y continuar ejerciendo su derecho a informar. A las mujeres feministas, a defensoras y defensores de derechos humanos, que pese al cierre de espacios, allanamientos, despojos, continúan resistiendo y defendiendo derechos humanos dentro y fuera del país. A las víctimas, sus familiares excarcelados políticos, sometidos a asedios policiales permanentes para forzarlos al exilio. Al pueblo de Nicaragua, que resiste cívicamente por más de 3 años. A los más de 100,000 exiliados que sufren el desarraigo, la separación de sus familias, en la mayoría de los casos en condiciones difíciles, y que anhelan retornar a un país en libertad, seguro y democrático.
A las agencias de cooperación y solidaridad internacional que han apoyado al pueblo de Nicaragua y que en la actualidad es criminalizada. A las organizaciones y personas que confiaron que este equipo de defensoras y defensores de derechos humanos en el exilio continuara denunciando los abusos de poder y documentando las graves violaciones de derechos humanos, en la que a la fecha llevamos más de 400 denuncias. A nuestras familias que siempre nos han acompañado. Con este premio, el colectivo de derechos humanos Nicaragua Nunca Más reafirma su compromiso de seguir acompañando a las víctimas en la búsqueda de verdad, justicia, libertad y democracia. Y creemos firmemente que no debemos renunciar a la esperanza de ello. Por eso decimos: nunca más dictadura, nunca más impunidad, nunca más olvido. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Good evening. I'd like to say good evening to all those who are here present this evening and those who are listening to us virtually as well. On behalf of our group, we would like to thank everyone for this award that you've given us, specifically the National Endowment for Democracy, for the promotion of democracy and human rights. We received this award remembering the over 328 individuals who have been assassinated in the context of the protests of 2018, whose family members continue to demand justice. We remember the more than 150 political prisoners who for months or years have suffered torture and inhumane as well as cruel treatment. For them, we demand immediate liberation. We thank and remember all of the journalists who continue resisting and innovating to bring down the censorship that has been imposed and continue working to apply their right to inform our peoples. The feminists, the advocates of human rights who, despite the shutdowns, the raids, the attacks, continue to resist and defend human rights within and outside of the country. The victims, their family members, former political prisoners who have been subject to attacks by the police on a constant basis in order to force them into exile. To the people of Nicaragua, who have resisted as a community for over 3 years. To the over 100,000 in exile who suffer having been uprooted, separation from their families, and in an overwhelming majority of cases under difficult conditions. They seek to come back to a country where they will be safe and live in democracy. To the international organizations of cooperation and solidarity who have supported us as the people of Nicaragua, which is currently suffering its current criminalization. The organizations and individuals who believed in our team of advocates living in exile, we will continue to denounce the abuse of power and document severe violations of human rights, which to this date are now upwards of 400 cases. Our families as well, who have been with us since the beginning. With this award, the human rights collective Nicaragua Nunca Más reaffirms its commitment to continue helping victims in their search for the truth, justice, freedom, and democracy. We believe that this is a hope that we must never lose. For that reason, we say, no more dictatorship, no more impunity, no more forgetting.